In company news now, Cilo Cybin Holdings has marked its first day of listing on the JSC. The medical cannabis investment entity has listed as a special purpose acquisition vehicle. It has also indicated plans to significantly expand in future and growth through new acquisition in the biotechnology space. CEO Gabriel Theron speaks to us now. Thank you so much for your time, Gabriel. Exciting times. How was the first day?
Tiring. It's been a very exciting day, very good day, but a long and tiring day. We've done a number of interviews.
I'm sure, but from blowing the horn, it must have been a journey that was, intensive in terms of planning and having a strategy that is going to be long-lasting. Talk us through that entire narrative.
All right, so for today, we actually listed on the AltX. So we listed a SPAC vehicle, a special purpose acquisitions company, and think of it as a fund. And this fund is now going to go out and acquire various assets in various industries, but first targeting the cannabis industry. So we have set our targets and sights on a specific company called Cilo Cybin Pharmaceutical as our first viable asset that we are looking at acquiring. And after that, once we can merge these two entities together, then hopefully at that stage we'll qualify for a main board listing. And then only the horn will happen then. Today was drumming. So that is in the near, call it 3 to 6 months. That's our plans. And then thereafter, we're looking at starting clinical trials and getting at least into a phase 2 registration with a registered cannabis drug.
Why this is so interesting and could be dubbed as a milestone is that this industry has not necessarily been tapped into at a broader scale in the South African market. How far does this activity and development for your company signify the magnitude of where South Africa could go in legitimizing the cannabis business?
Well, I think the first thing, the reason, and we always get this question as to why list? Because we only sold 10% to the general public at this point in time. And the question we're getting is also, but why? And to be honest with you, the reason why we decided to list and to start this journey was up until this point, the only people that could participate in the cannabis industry are companies that have access to funds, because your barrier to entry is very, very high. But now that we are listed and we are a public company, it opens up for the general public can now also participate in the growth and the potential of being invested in the cannabis industry. So that was a why. In terms of the global market and where this puts South Africa, it gives us credibility now to say we listed on the JSC and we are competing in a global market. South Africa is very well positioned in terms of delivering a high quality product at a very cost effective pricing, but also our regulators trusted globally. So it puts us on the map, and really we can grow this industry and supply into the global market. So this is the first step towards that.
First step towards greater heights. As a parting shot, do you have confidence within the political as well as economic landscape in the country for improvement so that there is at least an acceleration in your field?
Well, you have to. You have no choice. You have to have confidence. So, and I think it's the way we see it is, yes, it's for legalization in the local environment. It's going to take some time, and we need to be realistic about it. We know that the president decriminalized about 2 weeks ago. The next step now is descheduling, so there's no longer a Schedule 6 narcotic. And thereafter, government can put a framework in place so that it will enable local trade. It is going to take some time, but I do believe we have it in us as South Africans to get it going and to really set the scene and the example for the global market.
Thank you so much for your input. That is Gabriel Theron, the CEO at Cilo Cybin Holdings, after their listing on the JSE as a cannabis investment vehicle.